Okay, you can Sorry.
Do you know?
Give it to them now.
They're not even one. Sure.
I wouldn't know transfer, so you can't go inside. I wouldn't know transfer.
Baba. Ah, they want to be fuck up, nigga. They want to be fuck up.
Where is that father?
Oh, you know.
All right, no problem.
Give Masha. Masha, Masha. Give my brother to. Masha.
Bola. Okay. Him. Just yeah. Arrange. Okay. What is holding us? Masha is holding us. Why? Okay, he has property. Can you read it?
It's not sequential.
Is there a way to print it?
Yeah, we can, but the issue is we don't know some other things. It's like
If we print it, then you can talk to him.
we're just starting from page 25.
I sent it to.
Okay. Yeah, I can print it.
Okay.
I'll print it. Okay, I'll send it first.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how clear it is or not. You can work on it.
That other guy we carry us, no one even comes again.
Yeah, you're going to the chamber now. We are heading home. All right.
I thought the other guy would carry you guys to.
Okay, to go some of our people. That's good.
But how are you getting back to work? Okay.
Yeah, people are, of course. You are a man loved by the people.
Yes, you are a lawyer for the people. All right, can we head out, please? Yes, that's the plan. That's your problem.
That woman went to the ministry.
So
You know, the man over there fear yourself as you stand like this. So.
she don't even fit talk out
Catch out,
outside.
log out for ground now. Say, we wicked.
It's not allowed.
Actually, man.
No, there was no point touching her at this time. All right, man. Thank you.
All right.
Samasha.
Okay, man.
All right, guys. It's dusty everywhere as well. It's dusty as hell. So we just came to the Federal High Court as well to pick up some documents. Our human rights and for our rights enforcement suit is coming up on July 10th as well. So on July 8th, we'll be in the Court of Appeal. July 10th will be the Federal High Court for the rights enforcement suit. We actually sued the federal government for 500 million naira each. That's relating to myself and Olawale Bakari, alias Mandate, for the violation of our rights. Those suits are also pending, and we just got a hearing date for that. It's coming up on July 10th. So on July 8th, we'll be at the Court of Appeal. July 10th, we'll be at the Federal High Court here before Justice Inyang Ekwo to begin the hearing of the 500 million suit against the federal government. So that's the update we have. I think some people were asking questions before we went into the Federal High Court. Yorima Shetima is watching. The Olu Joseph, Times G Orekpo, Latunji, Real One, Polorun Shaw. All of you saying hello from here. Thank you so much for coming online to watch us and hear us follow our events as they are unfolding regarding this sham trial that started since last year. Olu, thank you so much. Dominic Wanda, so forget it. Nigeria is a lawless country. I agree with you. But we're pushing so that it becomes a lawful place for all, that nobody is above the law. Hey, Mama Esther Oluide, thank you so much for coming on. Olu, follow a humble prince. Yes, it's true. Serious BS trial. Yes, Sherima, solidarity, thank you so much. You know, I hope to see you one of these days in Abuja. Sawan Manfred, thank you. Jocelyn Odesanya, thank you so much. So all of you watching, that's I was trying to see if anybody have questions for me. If anyone has any questions that I could talk to you about while we're heading back. Oh, Yewale, additional, thank you. You say you followed us from Ilorin to Oshogbo. Wow, I remember that trip. Thank you. Bay Martins, too much. Aluta Continua Victoria Sata. Lara Fadile, thank you. Olakunle Motayo. Luadare Jide. Victor, thank you. Abimbola Abolaji. Yeah, we'll make sure this country is back to normal. We will. Baba Ahmed, yeah, we're just coming from your office. Thank you. Charles Jomo, Lashley Oladibolu. Yeah, the real struggle is now. Yes. Ayo Gundimu, thank you so much. See you watching. So how can we address all the rape cases in Nigeria now? Nigeria is experiencing a rape epidemic or pandemic right now. A friend of mine, while I was here, just also texted me, one of our colleagues and comrades, that his sister, who was supposed to get married in a few days' time or weeks' time, has just been raped by her fiancé. Yes, and he's now is out enraged, and I had to calm him down to make sure he gets the police involved so that he doesn't commit another crime in an attempt to fight off the more serious crime. It's crazy here, but all of it, and I say this, is tied to the failure of leadership here. And I'm sure somebody will say, well, even in countries where you have good leaders or systems working, people do commit crimes. That's true. But in our own case, the reason why it has become endemic is there's a chauvinistic mindset here that you can get away with anything as long as you have power, connection. And I'm not new to this kind of crimes. When I was in the university, the University of Lagos, one of the things that drove me crazy and drove me into the struggle against cultism was because of the rape carried out by some of those cult guys. And I had to, at the point, practically lay down my lives to end that culture on campus. And we successfully fought them off in those days. But unfortunately, everywhere you go now, we're just hearing these cases of rape and violence associated with rape. So we need to all bond together, fight together, and ensure that these people who carry out these acts of impunity don't get away, and that law enforcement agents are held to the standard of performance to ensure that people are apprehended, tried, and appropriately jailed. But as you hear about you heard about the one that happened with Uwa in Benin, even when the parents went to the policemen were asking for mobilization fee before they could attend to a rape case, and abusing the family. They assaulted the father. They even said to the mom that, why are you so, I think the father, why are you so agitated? Are you the first person whose daughter was raped? That's what the police said in Edo State when Uwa's case came up. Yes. So someone is saying, are you still coming back to contest? Oh, of course. But like I always said, that the contest is not just for election, it's for every space. If you are going to contest for election in Nigeria in 2023 and that's all you have at the back of your mind, I'm sorry. The election results have been written already. But we must fight to tear up the election results that they have built or written up, create an enabling environment for ourselves and our country and our people, for people's votes to count. Right now, votes don't count. Get that point? Good. Yes, this is Udo Oje Diame. Thank you so much. Mimi Ateze, thank you. Donald Begbo said, this is Johnson Finzo, Christina Bosede Akinloye, Christopher Gabriel Jr., Gibson Urukota, Musa Freedom again, Kevin Christian. Yeah. So Dimanj, Oboye, Greta, Jocelyn Odesanya, Odua, Prince Egbe, Solomon Lagoke, thank you. Ideju Ogugu, Christine Abosede, Akinloye, thank you. Ogboye Greater, Paul Ejike is asking for Osinbajo. What does finding Osinbajo do for you? Whether they are alive or not, what do you gain? What are you gaining from their government that you're looking for Osinbajo? I'm fighting the revolution. I'm not interested in in looking for a missing person. If you think Osinbajo is missing, you can do a missing person report and paste it around. If they find him, they will send him to you. All right. How's your family, Erika? You know how it is. We're in touch. But I must thank you and Chidi for standing strongly, beside and behind and in front of us and my family. My family is doing well. They are in New Jersey, surviving. Kids are back to school online. And so they're doing well. Thank you for checking up on my family. Thank you. Oduduwa Republic is the only solution. We will have another broadcast someday where I will explain to you what will happen. Were it to happen, be that there's an Oduduwa nation, we will suffer the same way we are suffering in Nigeria today, because the people who have sold you down the drain in current day Nigeria, they are the ones who have the economic, the political, and the military power to dominate you, subjugate you, enslave you in Oduduwa Republic. So the revolution you are running away from now, you will still end up fighting that revolution when you get to Oduduwa Republic. So why don't we just fight the revolution first? And when we get to whichever republic you want to be, or you decide to be, you will have the freedom to be who you want to be. But that will be a conversation for another day. Thank you, Alexander Gold, Kenneth Ugo, Samuel Dada, brother. Thank you. You just joined. Terry Roberts. Thank you. Shegun. Well done. Francis Ama. Mickey Bonk said, "Do you still believe in Nigeria?" I believe in every space where humanity is. I have never seen a country become a better country simply because of its name or its geographical location. It is because of the character of its people. So the mere fact that a few minority of people are holding people to ransom in current day Nigeria doesn't mean that people can't thrive in Nigeria. But the Nigeria we have now is not the one in which you can thrive, right? And if you are in doubt, ask yourself, what is happening to your states governed by your own people? We have a lawyer who has been in detention for almost 6 months now in Abia State. The governor of Abia State is an Igbo man, Emperor Obona, who he put in prison for almost 5 months now, or maybe 3 or 4 months. I'm not sure the exact number of months. He's an Igbo man too, right? So that is dog eating dog or chicken eating chicken, whichever way you want to look at it. Our friend Agbajalingo was kept in prison for 6 months or thereabout, 5 or 6 months, by Cross Riverian from his own local government, the governor Ben Ayade. So there are wicked people all over the place, corrupt people all over the place, incompetent people all over the place. The guys holding you to ransom in Lagos is an Oduduwa person too, right? The people who killed Abiola, the people who betrayed Abiola, they were Oduduwa sons and daughters too. The man who decided to take Abiola's mandate away from him, they went to the same secondary school. Chief Shonekon, is it not Yoruba man? The Ooni of Ife, late Ooni of Ife, who said that he had seen a video in Aso Rock showing that Abiola did not win election under Babangida. He's a Yoruba man too. Akintola and the rest of them that betrayed Awolowo in the 60s, they are Yoruba people too. Majekodunmi, The judge that sent Awolowo to prison under some false treason allegation. Yoruba man. So tell me about Oduduwa. Please tell me what I don't know about Oduduwa. That we not still need a revolution when you have your Oduduwa Republic. You know. Tell me. I want to hear. I want to hear where there are good people out there in your part of the country that don't need cleansing before you enjoy any form of fundamental rights. So I will, like somebody is suggesting here, I will do more live updates so that we can have this conversation. I've been around Nigeria, Oduduwa land, Ijaw land. I did my service in the north, Adamawa State. I traveled around the country in the last 2 years, 2018, 2019, some of you were with me. And we saw the country the way it is. Same story everywhere. Same story of oppression, same story of corruption, same story of inhumanity against man. You know, man inhumanity against man. Everywhere. We saw all these things happen. So when you hear me say that I am not falling for the tricks of the political class by asking for the Oduduwa Republic, you know, I know what I'm saying. I know them. You know, I know the emotional, you know, decision by some of our friends, colleagues, comrades, to be asking for the Oduduwa Republic. But the question is, when the Oduduwa Republic is formed, are you going to be in charge? Are you going to be the Prime Minister of Oduduwa land? Is it not going to be the same Oduduwa children, boys and girls, men and women, who are now in Abuja and Lagos, holding you to ransom, that will still control the same Oduduwa? Tell me about it. So, of course, are there imbalances? You know, is there injustice? But the question is, which president of Nigeria has come to Nigeria before and brought justice to any part of Nigeria? Which one of them have brought development to any part of Nigeria? None. They come, they take care of themselves, their circle of friends, family. They leave you in worse conditions, than they met you. And that's why we're agitating for all kinds of things. But I'm saying, I'm a revolutionary-minded person. I know that by the time when I met Nnamdi Kanu, I told him the same thing. You know, that look at the southeast, the Biafra land you are fighting for. Look at what is happening there. Look at what people are doing to themselves, even in those places. And we agreed on some of our minimum positions on this matter. So, because if you go to Yoruba land, even before Nigeria became what it is today, this centralized unitary government, they had regions. But even in the regions, there were discriminations. The Egbas used to claim, that they are superior to Ijebus. The Ijebus said they are superior to Ekiti people. They used to call our Ekiti people Araoke, which is a derogatory word for people who are uncivilized, according to them. So, you think all those people who discriminate, who create confusion, who dominate and oppress people in Yoruba land will be gone? Yes. So, and for those of us who have traveled extensively and have to even erase our accent so that we can belong, we know the consequence of balkanizing a nation that's already fragmented. But I'm telling you that that's not the solution. The solution is a revolution. Period. Of course. So I'm reading some of your comments. I'm enjoying them. Thank you so much, everyone. So shortly I will wrap up the broadcast. But as has been suggested, I think it will be good to just do, even if it's a weekly broadcast, so that we can keep talking to ourselves and not be confused about the future. I don't want a situation that, you know, under which any one of us is under any illusion that we will save this country simply by breaking it up. I just don't agree. I don't agree. I'm reading your comments. I'm reading your comments. Very interesting comments. Yeah. Let me introduce you to one of my lawyers, one of our lawyers, revolutionary lawyer, Tope. Say hello to our people.
Hello to everybody. I mean, we just left the court. I mean, again, just as the usual practices, we were told to come back on the terms and conditions of the other parties who apparently didn't have anything against us, other than to waste our time.
Yes.
So we are told to come back because they failed to file necessary court processes to challenge our lawful, sane applications. We are in court to tell the court that the bail terms that were obtained at the Federal High Court were entirely onerous. And the courts have settled it. And there's a particular case. There are many cases, but in the case of OMOYELE Obande against First Bank of Nigeria, the 2005 Court of Appeal, per Honorable Justice Bode Bible, at the Court of Appeal then, as it then was, held that bail conditions shouldn't be unworkable and shouldn't foist inability on the applicant not to be able to meet up the conditions. That's the law, because entirely the purpose of bail applications is to secure the presence of the defendant in court when trial commences. What I'm saying is that bail is not a punishment in anticipation for an offense. In our case, there is no case. The courts have established that it is a lawful right of citizens to flood the street and protest against injustice, maladministration, and policies of government that are unfavorable to citizens. And rightly so, just recently we also got a judgment, a public interest litigation judgment at the Federal High Court in Lagos, where the court held that it is illegal to use police to brutalize and oppress citizens who protest against government. So, in a nutshell, the facts are that we are on the right side of law, of morality, and of everything that is reasonable. Again, the government is afraid because from the beginning it has no legitimacy. Unfortunately, it came into power not further impoverishing the lives of citizens, ensuring that their system doesn't work. And if they didn't learn anything, the death of our Kyari Chief of Staff, former Chief of Staff to the President, during the pandemic must have taught them a big lesson. But like we've learned about, or what we notice about them, they are easily not taught from history the right way to live. So we will continue to press, agitate, and ensure that our rights are not trampled upon, and that we have a voice, and that our dignity is restored to us, and to ensure that our means of livelihood isn't taken away from us. The commonwealth of the people should reach everybody and should not be cornered by a few. That is our point. That is our agitation, and we'll not move away from it. We'll not retract our steps, because rightly so, we are being oppressed. We have the right to talk. We have the right to. So we want to thank everybody. Always the moral support, the encouragement always has been very favorable and interesting, and it keeps all going, against every form of intimidation or oppression of the people. And again, Thank you so much. I saw people, commenting about the SIM card case. Yeah, it is a victory for
Yeah, this is a lawyer who handled the SIM card case against Buhari's daughter.
Yeah.
And he won the case for 10 million naira. But they being the deadbeats that they are, they have refused to pay.
Yeah.
And he has written to them to pay up.
Of course.
As soon as possible. Otherwise, they will be cited for contempt.
Of course. So it is a victory for the people. It is a victory for the entire citizens of Nigeria. It is for justice over an established system of court. And again, we will not stop. We will always push on, fight on, because they are to struggle, they are to win.
Aluta continua.
Victoria
Sata. Thank you. That's the lawyer Tokwe Akiode right there. He's a SIM card lawyer. He fought the DSS and won the case against the DSS and Buhari's daughter Hannah, who had directed the DSS to arrest someone who legitimately obtained her former SIM card. So they were awarded 10 million naira against DSS. The DSS, being the lawless organization that it is, has refused to pay. And we heard they are using subterfuge and some other methods to avoid payment of the penalty. So, guys, so tell these people publicly not to waste your time again. Yeah, they know. But look, whatever they are doing, we continue to mobilize and organize and stop agonizing. So that's where we stand. So, guys, thank you so much. We have come to the end of the broadcast today. We will be back soon. And for those of you who know how to reach me or don't, you can always send me a messenger on Facebook. You can reach me, DM, Twitter. You can DM me on Instagram. I may not be there all the time, but whomever is managing some of those assets, I make sure that they get information across to me. Thank you guys so much. I say Aluta continua, Victoria Asata. It's a revolution now. Thank you.